traveling across the U.S.A. We made it on out to Californ-I-A. Me and a pal and a budget rental car. We grabbed some bourbon from out the trunk, went out to the beach, got good and drunk. I picked some banjo and he just strummed guitar.
We smoked the last of a road trip stash, so we packed our car and we grabbed our cash. Went looking for a native and got back behind the wheel. When we found a guy who seemed in the know, we hollered on out. Now, hey there, bro. How's about you cut me and my friend a deal?
He said, what's your poison? I said, weed. He asked me if that's all I need, so I said, shit, man. What else you got to sell? So we looked around and he told me plain.
I got some pills that help with pain.
I thought it over and I figured, what the hell?
We haggled and we negotiated. He quoted a price that I debated, until finally I got the drugs at a discount rate. I took a swig of the old George Dickel, figured best return into our rental vehicle, so we smoked the fatty and headed back out of state.
We toted along and we caught a buzz. I couldn't even tell you where we was. I was stone retarded there in the passenger seat. When all of a sudden the cop pulls up behind, puts the sirens on, I nearly lost my mind on account of the pharmacy was packing by my feet. Oh, lawman, what you want with me? There ain't no one for miles in this God's country. We ain't causing no trouble, we ain't crossing any line. Won't you let some good old boys go by?
Come to find out, we crossed an old Utah, which might explain Mr. Johnny Law and the toothless grin he had all over his Mormon dome. As he neared our car with a cheetah's speed, his nostrils flared, said, smells like weed, and I thought, good Lord, I ain't never getting home.
No friends and neighbors, my heart sank, 'cause Cali bud smells so goddamn dank that if I told you our car didn't reek, I'd be lying. He said, are you a doper? I said, I ain't. I'm on a mission for the Church of Latter-day Saints. But he eyed me down, I could see he wasn't lying.
He grinned again, said, now here's the deal. Step on out of this here automobile. I said, you gotta be kidding, man. I'm on vacation. So we searched the car as we sat in the mud. He found our pills and we found our bud. Read us our rights and called us off to the police station.
And days went by, couldn't catch a wink as we waited for word in that desert quake. The floor was hard and the bars were mighty real. The guards just laughed as they served us slop and stripped us down from stem to top. It seemed by all accounts our fate was sealed. Oh, lawman, what you want with me? There ain't no one for miles in this God's country. We ain't causing no trouble, we ain't crossing any line. Won't you let some good old boys go by?
I said, now look, we didn't hurt no one. We was just out rambling for a little fun, but I could tell the pig only had a pair of deaf ears. We played jail stud for the dinner tray, tried to while the slow time away with stories of home and girls, better years.
We met a man who had a newborn son he hadn't seen since 1981, and a pious chief whose home was 4 times raided. Lawmen out here, he said, are worse than crooks. They'll steal your bread as they burn your books, so forgive us, bros, if we seem a little jaded.
Another guy, an honest Afghan vet, was serving time for a filtered cigarette, which apparently breached the terms of his probation. And the more we listened and the more we heard, it was plain Cedar City was quite absurd, and we began to fall into concrete desperation.
Finally, after months, we were summoned to court. The judge was a well-scrubbed righteous sort, and I trembled in my cuffs. He glared down with beady eyes. He said, I'm sure you two are reprobates, but you're lucky that today I got a fuller plate, and I'll let you go if you promise not to drink or lie. Oh, lawman, what you want with me? There ain't no one for miles in this God's country. We ain't causing no trouble, we ain't crossing any line. Won't you let some good old boys go by?
We shouted, yes sir, as they cut us loose. So glad for now returning to the calaboose. We skipped town quick and drove straight to the battle line. Then just as we could see our promised land, smell the hotel water, feel the